March Madness is coming soon to an end, and you're listening to an all brand new Syyle Chronicles show with your host, Sean Smack Mac, and joining me just for a little bit of today's chronicle, it's my lovely, lovely, lovely fellow host.
Baby, I can't even do it.
Yeah, we gonna pray that off of you right now.
Yeah, because this cold has to go, honey.
How long you had it for?
Probably, I think probably 2 days, maybe late Saturday night it started to come on, and then yesterday it just got the best of me, and I feel like today is like really breaking up some.
Yeah, we hope, we definitely gonna wish that off for you real quick.
Yeah, so I'm only gonna be here until 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, it's not because of the cold.
No, it's not because of the cold.
Be kicking me out for Guy Talk tonight.
Yeah. Yes, like Guy Talk. I'm so excited about Guy Talk. Our live studio audience is excited about Guy Talk as well. So if you've been missing any of the chronicles, basically not last week, but the week before last, like so 2 weeks ago, we actually had Girl Talk, and Miss Baker took over the show along with a powerful panel of women that came in here and did their thing, and they tore it down and talked a lot about women issues and things that women go through. And then what we did, we decided like 2 weeks later, now let's kick Miss Baker out, and
let's kick me out tonight.
Yes, kick her out. And we brought in the lovely, the cool, down-to-earth guys. I was about to say the lovely guys. Well, they're lovely in some cases. But the cool, down-to-earth guys that's going to pretty much do some guy talk and, talk about some things, and once you leave. So that's tonight's.
Once I leave, but even before I leave, we're going to turn it up a notch.
Yes, we are, because Miss Baker is going to ask myself and one of our actual guests for tonight is actually going to be joining us on the phone in just a little bit. Ben Corner, he's actually going to be joining us on the phone. He's a music producer, and he's going to actually help me answer some questions that you have.
Oh, cool.
So this should be interesting. So these are going to be questions that women always wants the answer to from men. And then I'll actually be bringing some of these questions to the panel. Tonight's panel, that's all I'm going to say.
Who you got coming in? Who you got coming in?
Tonight, well, we have one of the good friends, two good friends of the show that actually previously been on the show. Raven is coming back on. Rashawn Farah is coming back on. Yeah, they've all been on, actually everybody's been on the show before that's coming on. And then two people that actually guest co-host. That's what I'm excited about, because they're coming back into the studio. Troy the trainer. Look at you about to sneeze. See, that's how powerful it was. It's about to make you sneeze. And the king of Baltimore himself, Mr. SOS.
SOS.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you say that, you're always going to that. So, before we get into, we're actually going to kick off things with the Styyle report. I got a short Styyle report for you guys to get you caught back up on some things, some celebrity highlights, and some music and TV news that you guys may have been missing. But if you want to follow us tonight, you more than surely welcome to do so. Follow us on Facebook. It's the Syyle Chronicles with an S at radio show. Once again, the Styyle with 2 Y's, Chronicles with an S, radio show. So you can go on there, friend us, like us on Facebook. And while you're on there, feel free to follow myself as well on Facebook. My name is Sean Mack, and that's on Facebook. And Ms. Baker, how can people find you?
You can follow me on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter under The Danielle Baker. That's THEE Danielle Baker, or my website at www.thedaniellebaker.com.
Okay.
Yes, so, and with everything that's going to be going on tonight, we got all these men that's going to be in the building. So with that being said,
all right, so Ms. Baker, all right, so we have here with me, I have myself, and then I have Mr. Raven. Say hello, Raven.
Peace, everybody.
Raven's so calm. And Rashawn is here, but I don't know if he wants to come in on this segment, but you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to join in on this segment. Hold on, let me turn your mic on.
Okay.
All right, Rashawn, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
All right, yeah, you just gotta grab some headphones. Oh, you can actually come right here. You can, we don't have to sit over there. I mean, fist to fist with me.
You know, it's oil and it's light.
Oh, yeah, I know. You start glistening in the studio. Start looking like Trey Songz behind us.
Yeah, that's what I was going for tonight. Okay.
All right, so Miss Baker. So what we're doing here, guys, Miss Baker's going to ask us a couple of questions.
Okay.
And basically what happened was during Girl Talk, I came in and I asked her some questions. And basically
And
we
he
just,
went in.
Yes, I went in.
You better believe by the time I finish this list.
Oh, Jesus.
So we're going to let her
going
drill
in
us with
tonight.
some. Okay, yes.
Well,
And
I already know that I'm only going to be able to ask a few, and then
Right.
you'll be asking the rest
And then
of
the rest of them I'm going to
But
throw a
I'm
little bit
going
later
to be
on.
tuning in to make sure you ask.
I
the
got
panel.
you. I got you. Sounds like a plan. All right, hit us with the first one. Hit us with
Okay,
the
I'm going to
first
start off soft.
one. Okay.
What classifies...
Some people like it like that. Already, I told you, I was ready. I was ready.
Honey, I can't get
It's too early.
what classifies a boy from a man outside of his age and his body? What classifies a boy from a man? Like, when does that actually change? When does somebody actually become a man?
I'm gonna jump out there and actually say when you start paying a major bill. Because I feel like that's when you start getting responsibilities, when you start working and you start investing some of your own hard work money into paying a bill. I feel like that's when that switch kind of starts happening, because at that particular time you're starting to become more mature in certain areas. I'm not going to say that's my full answer, but I feel like that's
one of the ways.
One of the ways.
Okay.
All right, Raven, take it away.
You, of course, you would throw it down.
Well, cause you over there, you had the mental thing going over there. You was very.
I have a tendency sometimes to think too deep. So when you asked that question, you blew my mind, because I'm sitting there like, it's so much more than the physical. Like, I don't know. To me, I feel like a man, well, a boy. The difference between a boy and a man, oftentimes, is a respect level.
Okay.
When you reach a level where you have a certain amount of self-love for yourself, which then in turn makes you respect humanity, men, women, across the board. When you have a clear understanding of the respect for humanity is when I feel like you are truly a man. I believe a boy is somebody who doesn't understand respect.
Okay.
You know, and you can see that day to day in society. I believe that's a boy. When you are a man and you clearly understand the way to walk the world having a respect for humanity, I think that's when you know that you're a man.
All right.
Okay. Rashawn, what about you?
I'm gonna say it like this. I think one of the biggest things that separates a boy from a man would be a true man is a man of his word. When you speak what you say you're gonna do, that's a man. You have a lot of boys that think they're men, and they don't keep their word. They don't know how to be a man of word. And if you can't trust a man's word, what do you have? So that's the biggest thing that I've learned.
Okay, so we got a call real quick.
I'll give you a chain.
We got a call real quick. Yeah, I did. WPP ready, or you live on air? Okay, well, we did have a call, so.
Hello.
Oh, okay, can you hear us?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
This is Nina. How y'all doing?
Great.
Hey, Nita, we're doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so do you have a question?
I do have a question.
Okay.
I have a few questions.
Oh shoot.
Give
Now,
us
did
the
you-
best one.
Now, I'll say if you want to, you can ask one, and if you want to call back later on, when we have the full panel here, then there you go. You can
Well,
probably
you
get a
give
little
us
bit
the
more.
best
But give us the best question right now. Give us the best question.
Okay. My question is, let's say we're married. You're married. And your mother was at our home. And she deliberately started an argument with me. Mind you, that's your mother. She knows you longer. Right to know and everything. Probably even co-signed for our house. But she deliberately started an argument with me. Whose side do you take?
Gotta take the wife.
Yeah,
That's who you marry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
That's
my
who you
wife.
marry.
Yeah.
Because later on in the day, you're going to have to hear about that later on down the road.
And mom needs to respect the boundaries.
I agree.
Exactly. And you'll tell her just that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the baby, so I'm put my mom in check all the time.
But like me.
You have to because.
Now, is he a mama's boy though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Is he a mama's boy?
If he's a mama's boy, yeah, he's a mama's boy. You know, she lay that guilt trip on her real thing.
And does he fall for it?
Oh yeah, he usually falls for whatever. Sometimes I guess, you know, he may try to have a backbone. But ultimately, whose side would you take?
Still the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be the wife. Yeah.
Oh, everybody saying the wife.
Good answer, because you're supposed to leave and cleave, you know?
Yeah.
Please be the
Right.
That's exactly what's going
They find it hard to do that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's a good.
Well, definitely call back. You have to definitely call back in the 8 o'clock hour once the whole panel gets here, because I feel like with that first question, that was the good one. I'm afraid what you about to drop, what you about to drop on us after that.
Okay, I'm gonna call back.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lita.
Well, I guess
Okay,
y'all
bye-bye.
y'all can get another chain. That's 2 for 2.
Oh yeah, hold on. I'm doing double duty right here. Hold on. I'm answering phones and I'm actually. All right, WPB Radio calling. You're on the air. Well, the caller was on the air. Hold on. You know. Okay. Well. All right. Hit us with another question, Ms. Baker.
Okay, let me see. Let's turn it up a little notch.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
Jesus.
here we go.
I'm turning it up before I leave.
Go ahead. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Okay, here we go. How do you feel about pornography?
Love it. Say no.
Not a problem.
Whether you single or in a relationship, how do you feel about
Oh wow.
that?
Okay.
So like
So,
even if
okay.
you're in a relationship, whether it's, you know, your partner
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
actually, you know, maybe addicted to it or
Okay.
something that
Oh,
you
wow,
are
addicted
addicted
to
to, or
Oh, we saying a
just
dish.
I feel like that's a
overall.
later
No.
question.
Right.
It's overall. It can be an
Okay.
addiction. It could be using it to get ideas.
Right.
You know what I mean? How do you feel about it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Use it together as a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
I think sometimes, as Rashawn said, it actually helps because it's that stimulation that you may possibly be missing. Especially, I think once you've been together for a long period of time, after a while, doing something different, as long as you're doing it together in safe form. Let me definitely put that out there. I feel like it can actually help out in a lot of areas where things may start getting dry. So.
Okay, so you're
So-
saying basically that if you're gonna do it together, it's fine.
Right.
Yes.
If you're doing it by yourself, then it's
Well,
If your partner knows.
If
If your partner knows.
If the partner knows there's some self-pleasure going on.
Right.
Hey, I hope the ladies is going in too. I'm hoping everybody has their private
Let's go
me
in.
time. You need the me time. You need that me time. So, you know,
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
but me time doesn't
My
take
response is
anything
a little-
away from you.
Yeah.
It doesn't take the love or the desire I have for you.
So
It
because
just,
that could be looked at as a pleasing statement, like, you know, why do you necessarily need to?
Well, see, that kind of goes along with what it is that I was going to say.
Okay.
When I'm in a relationship, we don't watch porn together.
Okay.
But this is where I get cocky. I'm a Scorpio.
oh, Lord.
So-
When
Yeah,
so
you already
November
legal
19th.
your.
Whatever.
No, y'all good people. Y'all good people.
November the 2nd.
Well, that was
November 2nd?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right
You know
there.
what I'm
Okay,
saying?
there we go.
Once
So
you have a
with-
Scorpio, listen, that's gonna be my next question.
Here we go.
So
Right.
with that being
Y'all
said,
hating.
more often than not, my long-term relationships have been with Taurus.
Okay.
And we don't need porn together.
Okay.
Like, there is no dry spells, there is no boring. It's always on, you know? So,
Okay.
in that sense, we're all good. Now, I can say if there's a situation where he is out of town or something like that, I may get my porn on,
Right.
you know? But other than that, if we're together, there's no need. Now, if we were to do it, it's all good. You know,
Right,
we can
right,
watch it, and neither one of us has any problem with that.
Right.
And I think at the same time, it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing where I feel like, jumping back to girl talk a little bit, why does it always have to be, a woman that has to dress up and do the kind of like sexy attire or something like that? Why can't the guy reverse the role
Yeah,
and
why
the guy
can't
do
he?
the
He
pleasing?
should.
He should. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But most guys don't. And I feel like it's because most women don't challenge their guys to think out the box
Wait a
and be
minute, I thought
different.
females liked all that stuff, like dressing up like the police officer.
Right, or
and
the
stuff.
construction worker.
Yeah, I
Y'all need to say what
sisters
you
like
want.
that stuff.
Right.
Like that doesn't mean all guys like it. I can definitely see
That's
Okay.
some
where you
stale
going
people.
at. But
Right.
some
Yeah.
people,
There you
you
go.
know, it's nothing wrong with the role play. The role play
Yeah.
definitely get the excitement flowing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in all agreement with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
now
role
we
play
to
Miss
a-
Baker.
well, yes, I can turn it on at any time.
I know that's right.
Approve.
So,
Approve.
Alright.
back to the Scorpio thing.
Okay, alright, alright.
So, because it can't be for us because we Scorpio.
Okay.
Right.
So, for y'all two, have y'all had a Scorpio before? Then you wouldn't know.
Okay, but I was going to give y'all a real big compliment. I'm a Pisces, so
Oh, all right, water family.
Scorpios are supposed to be like my soulmate.
That is.
However, like my mom is a Scorpio, my best friend is a Scorpio, so me and Scorpios are like.
So you got it all
Oh, good.
But I've never had that opportunity to connect physically with a Scorpio.
Change your life.
I've heard
There's a
wonderful
difference.
things.
What are you about to say, Sean?
I don't follow the signs.
Oh,
Okay.
you have to.
And,
You have
okay,
to.
hold on, let me break it down. First of all, in college, I had to take an astronomy class, and once you take an astronomy class, all this stars, spangled, everything changes. Everything changes. And when I tell you, my mind just went to a whole nother, because so many theories got thrown around, and after a while, I was like, you know, I can't follow nobody, because I can't even follow myself.
Because when people ask me what's my sign, I say the cross. So I don't go in there.
Okay.
But back
All
to
right.
you. The question is between what is it, October the 30th through November the 24th.
Have I dated somebody?
Have you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I have, but you know what's so funny?
Hold up.
Here we go.
We gotta- what's your sign?
Intimate.
Ooh, Yes, I have.
Okay.
So what's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Oh.
Don't do that, get out.
No.
Oh, that was a bad,
I'm dating a Leo, so I understand. So you gotta control the ego. Constantly.
Indeed you do.
Every
Leo,
day,
yeah,
hour on the
constantly
hour,
control
minute on the
ego.
minute.
You know what?
Listen, you just gotta
Pedestal.
make sure you hit you before you settle down all the way down.
Yeah.
If it's not a Scorpio, you get you a Scorpio.
Yeah.
You get that
I'm gonna let y'all
experience
keep y'all poison elsewhere. How about that?
Here we
I'm gonna let
go.
y'all keep y'all poison elsewhere. Alright, give us one more, Miss Baker.
Oh, okay, one more, but this I can't be kicked out already. It can't be 8 o'clock already.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, since we on this topic, what is the strangest place you have had sex with?
Ooh, Jesus,
I'm
right.
gonna ask that to the other people too, because I'm pretty sure some people want to know what SOS gonna
And
say.
the only reason, you know, I'm turning it up because you turned it up.
No, dude.
The size
Miss
matter.
Baker, let me tell you something.
Oh, wow. They
Break
all of that?
Yeah,
Oh.
he definitely said it.
Break the glass, Miss Baker, and just stand outside of the window and just stare at us all night. Okay? You can do what you gotta do. Okay? Wow.
This is a situation where I'm glad my mom says she won't be able to listen to
Yeah.
that.
I know it's
I know my mom is not listening, so I'm good. I can say what
My
I
mom probably done worse than me, so like,
Well, I don't know. My mom probably on the call because she want to know what y'all gonna say.
oh Lord. I can go last or go first. It doesn't matter to me.
First Leo. Go ahead.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. with the first thing. Oh. Well, you know, since we did confessions, it's like it's confessions all over. I'm gonna say a basketball court during the daytime.
Oh, that's cute.
Inside or outside?
Outside.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
During the day?
During the day.
How was that the street?
I'm done. I said enough.
I'm done too. Was it hot outside?
Here we go. Actually, it was a nice temperature outside, and then at the very end, it started to rain.
Oh wow.
No, it started to rain.
Oh. It was one of those.
Yes, it was double the impact. Like,
Oh, is that what happened?
oh yeah.
Oh, you had a winning season.
That was so March Madness. Very March Madness.
Well, I guess for me it will be all according to what you consider to be. What was the actual question?
Here we go. Raven got to get all deep on this.
What was the strangest?
Strangest. Okay, this will be all strangest. Strange. Okay. Well, I guess this will be according to what you consider strange. One was in the bathroom in the office,
Oh, that's good.
and the other one was in a park in daylight, just like Sean said. So yeah.
Hold up, because I just got a text from our
Oh, shoot.
executor.
Here we go. He better not be asking us.
My executor has chimed in
Okay.
and said, Mr. Teron say Styles, hey, shout out. And he has chimed in and said, in the woods during the rain and the thunderstorm.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Okay, Twilight.
That's a lot.
Ooh.
It worked? Okay.
Wait a minute, in the woods,
And
and
the
it's raining,
storm.
and the thunderstorm?
Was there lightning?
So
Yeah, that's
so he pretty much
dangerous.
took all scenarios and combined them, and that was
Trying to out.
Oh, so
That's
there's
all
a
it
combined.
He must be, you know he in Atlanta too.
No
Oh
comment.
wow, no comment.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from that.
Yes, Teron, say.
Exactly. Go ahead, Rashawn.
Yeah, that's his new spot. He got some new stories gonna be coming up soon.
I'm trying to think. Mine, okay, I'm gonna be, okay, we said the strangest. So I would say in a hotel elevator,
Okay.
but you know when you go out, get off the elevator and you have the vending machine and the,
Yep.
Right.
the ice,
Right.
right there.
In between?
Yeah.
Or just like,
Yeah, like between the vending machine and the ice machine.
Okay.
oh, wow.
I think you win for the word
Yeah,
strange.
that
I think that wins for
Yeah,
strange.
that was like, it was so intense, we didn't even get to the road. I know, that's all right, I don't mind, I'm
We
fine.
have a phone.
That was deep.
I know,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I think this is our guest, one of our guests for the evening. Mr. Travis Wells, are you there? All right, welcome to the Syyle Chronicles. All right, so we're gonna pause a little bit with Miss Baker's questions. Basically, Travis Wells, he was one of our original guests that was supposed to be during our mentoring program, Chronicles. You remember that, Miss Baker?
Yes, I do.
Yes, and we were having a little phone trouble, so we actually asked Travis to actually come on and join us for Guy Talk a little bit and to tell us a little bit about his mentoring program, so that we can hear about that. And it's actually,
Definitely.
yeah, it actually is really good because I know he works with a lot of male athletes that are coming up and things in the school system. So, Travis, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your organization.
I'm a founder and co-director of this program called Operating Eligibility, which pretty much is a organization that's geared to students graduate from high school. And pretty much what it consists of is being able to monitor the student athlete in the classroom, and being able to be the advocate to go and talk to the teachers or pretty much talk to the coach if the student needs time from practice to get his work done, or pretty much if the student doesn't know how to talk to a teacher, I could go in and talk to the teacher for them, and pretty much being able to put them in a position, like I said, to graduate. I've worked with over 150 student athletes around 6 high schools in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Sorry. The system was wild that you said that.
This is our 5th year actually doing the program, and it's a pretty good program. We actually partner with local colleges in the area, partner with NC State athletic department, we partner with Shaw University athletic department, Duke University athletic department, and as well as St. Albans University athletic department. And we partner with those guys to actually have them come in and actually, kind of give their personal story on how they, overcome any barriers that they had when they was in high school, whether it's, where it's barely making it, just trying to play a sport in the fall or the spring, or pretty much, that student athletes that the mainstream age in high school that didn't study at all, but it just naturally came to them, the academic side, and now they actually, now have to study in college, or pretty much allow them to tutor when they're playing their respective sport in college.
Wow. Okay, so with the different athletes that you work with, how are the parents parents when it comes to actually working with them as well? Do you actually have any time where you sit down with them and kind of do some mentoring with them and the actual student athletes?
Yes. I try. We try to put on a life skill along with some of their parents and come out and actually listen to a couple of professional people that are in different fields right now. For instance, I had the assistant athletic director for Duke University came out and was on a panel. I had actually a field turf guy. They actually take care of all the field turf.
Wow.
And a couple more people came out and talked and kind of give the kids that different feel in the sports where I've had certain sports agents come and kind of give their feedback on the importance of trying to stay in school, try to really not really go into different aspects, but just kind of say, hey, not everybody will go to an NBA or NFL. So you're gonna have some people that's gonna play 4 years of college ball, or pretty much everybody can go to college and not play football, basketball, or baseball at all. So pretty much what you're playing B, and pretty much just working with the football team, men's and women's basketball, track, baseball. A couple of cheerleaders come in there and kind of sit down and and listen to some of the speakers that I bring in. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I get a chance to kind of sit back and listen to the kids as they raise their hand and give their input. And then as well, it's building a unity amongst student athletes around the area.
Yeah, I was about to say that's good.
What's the age group that you mentor?
High school students, so from like 15 to 18. They're playing sports within their high school, or as well as students who have a desire to play sports, but right now they may not have the grades or pretty much they're thinking about it, so they kind of want to be persuaded in a good way to play sports.
And this is both females and males, or just males?
Females.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I mean that's actually good, Travis. That you have somebody that is willing to jump in there and assist during that time, because I think that's one of my biggest things when I was growing up. You had a lot of athletes in school that just cared more about the sports, but never really looked at the actual work. And as you said, not everybody's going to make it to the big leagues or even to college, and to even play that sport there. You always have to have a plan B. I feel like I'm back watching Raven, last night. You always have to have a plan B, because I'm telling you, sometimes you may get injured, and it's amazing how many athletes get injured today and they don't know nothing else. They don't know nothing else. All they know about is running up and down the field and catching the ball. But I'm like, hey, you don't know that you can actually be an announcer now? You could be a referee now. You could be a water boy. I mean, you still get paid. But I mean, at the same time, you're supporting the team in some way, shape, or form. So I give you much respect and much kudos for what you're doing, because I know that is definitely a tough, demographic of students to actually deal with in the age bracket, because young adults these days are hard, definitely hard. Miss Baker's not there yet. Her daughter's still young.
Yes, my baby's only 5.
Yeah, I ain't trying to push you up there to 15.
You can't. She almost got suspended from school last week. I can't even take it already.
Oh wow.
And she only 5.
All right, so go ahead, Trevor.
The actual hard part about it, there's only like one thing hard part about it. Like actually, if one of my students, were to get hurt while playing sports, and pretty much like they kind of feel like their dream is shattered. For example, one of our basketball players, he actually had a full scholarship to go to Coastal Carolina to play basketball, and just over the weekend he was out just playing around with his nephew, and he broke his foot.
Wow.
So I seen him today, and he came in on crutches and sat down and all, he started crying like, coach, man, I got to know that my students taking care of, and I'm ready to go. But now it's just a setback, and I told him that it's a setback. You allow style would be. You've been equipped with all the tools necessary. You a senior, you've been mentoring all the other students that have been coming through the program. If they see you, sitting around with your head down, their heads will be down too. So I'm going to walk around school with your head down. You've been blessed to receive a full scholarship to go play basketball. So, just keep your head up and everything's going to be all right. So that's some of the, the hard times that actually, myself and some of the other volunteers that actually be around you. And it's like when something dramatic happens in their life, they're quick to give up. They remain positive. So we try to really encourage them 7 days a week, even if it's, if they have games on the weekend, tournaments, we try to get out there and we support them if we can, just show them, hey, we are here for you. And try to give back when you're already
Okay. Well,
how can someone get in contact with you if they were, looking to get more involved in your mentor program?
They can email me at twells@diswaste.org, and you can follow us on Twitter at Operation Eligibility. I'm at Operation Eligibility on Twitter.
Okay. Wow. Well, first of all, we want to thank you so much for coming on the Styyle Chronicles and actually letting us know about your mentoring program. And it seems like you're doing a lot of definitely positive things. And we wish you nothing but success in, your next path, whatever that may possibly take you, and the organization may possibly take you. Because helping out the youth, and definitely once again I said that age bracket of high school kids, just to have somebody there mentoring them is definitely
needed.
Exactly. Miss Baby, we about to switch seats because we on the same path tonight. All right, Travis. Thank you so much, and hopefully you listen to the rest of the show. Just a quick question before we take a break, since this is God Talk. I'm about to throw one out there for you. So if you're engaged or if you're married and you get into an argument between your wife and your mother, which side would you take?
I'm sorry, say one more time. The phone's going in and out.
I said if you are engaged or married, or I'm gonna say engaged or married, because if you're dating somebody like in a relationship, I feel like marriage is a little bit higher. So if you're engaged or married, and you got into an argument with your mother and your wife or fiance, which side would you take?
It was the mother had picked an argument with the wife.
Oh, see, there we go. Okay, Ms. Baker, clean me up. There we go.
You gotta be real specific with things like that.
Okay, go ahead. There you go, Ms. Baker.
Well, I'm not taking any one side. I don't know what we're going to do.
We're going to.
If you are blessed to be, in my life, as well as my mother's life too, we're going to respect everyone, and that's vice versa for my mother too. So I do not want to see two of my favorite girls in my life go back and forth.
Right.
We'll sit down, I'm not taking any one side, I'm going to be right down the middle. We'll hash the thing out, we'll walk away from it, and we'll love one another. I'm not expecting everyone to have the same opinion, but there's a need to be arguing when it's all one love together.
Well, all right.
Exactly. Well, on that note, we thank you very much, Travis, once again, for joining us and telling us about your mentoring program that you have for the youth athletes. And definitely, we hope you can join us once again on the Syyle Chronicles, and we will look forward to talking to you yet again. When we come back from the break, we're going to kick things off with God Talk. We're kicking out Miss Baker. And I'm going to grab her questions, and we're going to ask our panel.
I need to be able to at least ask the whole panel at least one question before I leave.
That's what's going to happen if you don't leave the studio. Person. We are missing one. Okay, I would give you one. You're just trying to stay. You're just trying to stay. We're about to figure this out while we're on break. Welcome back to an all-new Styyle Chronicles show with your host, Sean Smack Mac. And in studio, just for a little bit, we about to kick her out. I'm enjoying saying that tonight. I really am. Is my lovely host, the
Danielle Baker that it's gonna be leaving out the door in like 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
We'll
He
meet
has
you every
already
moment.
made it so clear.
More
that I
than
can get
one.
one question in.
One
But
question.
I'm gonna be leaving a list.
Yes.
Ooh, a list.
So,
Yes,
hey.
So, yes. So we got pretty much the panel here. All right. So, one good question. You started off really good before we went on break. So, one question. Knock yourself out.
I'll keep it really simple.
All right.
Do you or have you asked people to send you private pictures? And if so, why?
That's so bad. So unnecessary.
Well, you know.
All right. Well, since I'm gonna go ahead and throw that to Rashawn since he. Yeah.
Have I asked?
Or have you sent?
Both. Yeah. I think it's more of a issue of cockiness and like, okay, I'm not ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody saw it, I ain't gonna be like, oh, I'm embarrassed.
Exactly.
So here you go. Now what?
Now,
And
here
so
you go
then-
now.
Now what?
Okay.
Here
So
you
then
go.
that's just it. So y'all just send each other pictures.
Well, no. I mean, I've had situations where that was like the preliminary interview.
Oh.
And then it just moved,
Wow.
progressed, you know,
Preliminary interview.
into
Okay.
something, you know,
Wow.
nice. So
Okay.
sometimes you want to shop.
That was
you know,
his
do a
input.
pre-shop.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That was
You could
his.
be lying and sending the wrong,
Oh, well, you got a point.
That's true.
sending the wrong stuff. You know.
But if you're of a certain age, you should know what's fake and what's
Right.
real.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you just said we watch porn, so we know what
Pretty much.
And y'all don't get. This is still part
Right,
of the same
yeah.
question.
No, here we go.
Okay,
Come on,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Keep going.
No, okay, go ahead, Raven.
Okay, and you can ask any of my closest friends this. This is the God's honest truth. I have never sent anything first. As a matter of fact, I always let people know you're not getting anything, and they still send me something anyway.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, as we get to know each other after a while, I'll send you a little something.
Just a little tease.
Just a little
appetizer.
That's it. That's it.
I never appetizer.
I never go all the way. I never all
A
the way.
little appetizer.
That's a sneak peek.
I'm a Scorpio. You'll enjoy the real thing more.
He gonna keep going that out.
He
All
loves
right, and we have Mr. Troy, the trainer. Welcome, first of all.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Welcome
Glad
back
to
to
be
the
back.
Styyle Chronicles, sir.
Mhm.
All right, so same question. What would your answer be to that question?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, really,
you put a lot of caveats to this.
I know, right? I would say yes, but it is always, you send me something first.
Okay.
And it really is just so that way you can set yourself up, so that way you don't look foolish in the end. Like you may,
That's true.
you know what I mean? Like that's really all it is. The setup just to kind of put things in your favor, So.
That's a good one.
He's
Okay.
strategic.
Yeah, very right. He playing chess with
I mean, think
me.
about it. Like, even when you text, like when you text, you have the ability to like, nah, that's not really what I meant. When that's what you meant,
Right.
it'll work out for you.
Yeah,
right.
You gotta set it up.
set it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is. That's the
Say
setup.
the feds.
I agree with Troy in this one. I don't have no problem with it, but I feel like I actually
you
agree with
said
Troy
no?
and Rashawn. Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna sit around and lie about that. Of course, and received and all that. But I feel like, with private pictures, I think it's the setup, right?
It's the
Because
setup.
then, especially on the homosexual side of the table, let's go on that side of the table. I think the one thing that you gotta be cautious is
Let's
one
look
is the
thirsty,
same.
though.
What? Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't
And
do it
then
out the gate.
some people certain angles, you gotta be right with the certain angles.
You
and
can
then-
make yourself look great.
Yeah, you got that right.
All
You got
about
that.
our
And then
angle.
it depends on how old the picture is, how new the picture is. So then that's when I agree with Rashawn. You should know. You should know.
Never
So-
timestamp your
Yeah,
pictures.
exactly. Yes, timestamp the picture. Like cousin sending a picture now.
So, you got nothing. The other one.
Cousin sending a picture right now.
So,
He has something in the
y'all
storage.
I got a chime from our executive
Oh, here we
director,
Oh boy.
Mr. Terrence Styles. No, his chime is both. So he has sent and received photos.
Since he been in Atlanta? What?
Just throw him to the wolves.
exactly.
Right.
Okay, so to answer one of your earlier questions, one of our listeners actually chimed in, and he was basically saying, because the question was, where's one of the strangest places you've actually done that? He says, on the rooftop of an apartment building in New York City at night.
You know what? That's a great. I love rooftop.
That's a porn scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not strange. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
That's false.
So the second part of this question. Go ahead, Troy.
I was gonna say that's elaborate though. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you know what I'm
He
saying?
said the scene.
right, he said the scene,
Right, that
exactly.
took some planning. That wasn't just like, oh, this is super smart. Like you said, let's get to the top floor, wait till everybody
We
go
gonna take
down.
these 30 flights.
Take these 30 flights.
You gotta get the workout in there.
Right, you know.
Then we gonna work out more. Right, exactly.
10:35.
Like
Right,
a
with the sun
towel,
going down.
or, I mean,
Hey, I don't know. That's doing a lot. That's what Alicia Keys wrote that song at in New York.
Well, you know.
Okay.
So the second part of the same question.
Okay.
So you're not like afraid that your photos will get sent to other people or posted or
It's
And that's the
anything?
reason why I gave you the answer I gave you. For
Okay.
me, you only get a little bit.
Okay.
I have never sent a picture where you're able to see my face, and it's only
Okay.
a small part of the actual part of the anatomy that you get. That's
Okay.
it. I am constantly, and I mean, this could be a positive or to my detriment according to the person who's attracted to me, but I am always thinking of my brand at all times.
Right.
So because of that, I'm real particular about what it is I send.
He's smart, but I'm gonna say one thing: the government can still get in your account. Period.
Yeah,
So
you're
if they can hack you, anybody can hack you.
right.
They can steal your phone and hack you at the end of the day. So.
So what are y'all? So what's your answer?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm okay with if someone's. Well, it's already happened.
Oh.
You know, somebody
Whoa.
saw something.
Since you're-
I know, right? Somebody saw it and it was like, Sean, is that? I was like, yeah. Did you like it?
Oh my
And
God.
that's my response.
Remember, he's
Because
confident.
I'm confident because if you said you're embarrassed, it's gonna it's gonna
Exactly.
Right,
I
that's
agree
hit
with
less
that.
than
I
a
agree with
person.
that.
So it's
Take
like
it
if
to your
you send it, you need to be okay with the repercussions of it.
Right.
So once you hit that send button, it's out there, and anybody. I mean, you got Instagram.
And to add to what
Facebook.
he's saying, that's once again, it's the setup. You gotta
Right.
be. I mean, I'm sorry, but you gotta be calculated with it.
Right.
Yep, I
So
agree.
if I get a video of you, my video of you gonna trump my picture.
Exactly.
A video always.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know, or if I get a full shot, that's gonna trump my half shot. Like,
Right.
So now we talking about, all right, so if it goes south and you want to act stupid, all right, so now we going this route. Well, guess what? I got this. Don't forget, unless you're one of them that send this out to everybody,
Wow.
I got it now.
So she gets slick and she sends you a hand and you send her an arm.
Right.
Okay, or earlobe.
Oh, yeah, right. I've never had that happen. That's funny. All right, that was good. Those good. And I've seen the other questions, so I'm curious to ask. This is your other
And I'm
question.
curious to listen.
Oh,
Lord.
here we
Get some
go.
medicine for your cold.
Here we go.
Take a nap.
This is what we're getting.
Oh, you said it was in a circus?
Yes!
You know what? Okay. I got something for your body.
I'll be happy to flip out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaving the building.
You know what? Oh, you is real cute tonight, honey. Okay. Good night.
No, Miss Baker, it's been great. And we will see Miss Baker next week when we kick off our favorite month, Model
I'm
Appreciation Month.
detaching the headphones.
Yes, you are.
I'm grabbing my belongings.
Everybody say goodbye to Miss Baker.
Bye, Miss
Good night.
Good night, guys. Have
Get some
fun.
rest, get well.
You need a question. Take the question.
Oh, I thought you had 2 copies.
No, I did one. Alright, so let's get into tonight's Chronicle. Once again, tonight's Chronicle is entitled Guy Talk. And basically, we're going to talk a little bit about everything involving guys and the things that we deal with. Oh, well, our executive producer is saying I'm rubbing it in. Here we go. Now they both double teaming you.
No, you done triple team me tonight. You
Hey, I got my what's the name t-shirt on. Hold on. Actually, we got a caller calling in. So let's see if I can grab that real quick. Well, call if you just called in. Actually, call back in, please. But no, so what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room and have our panel introduce themselves and tell a little bit about, what it is that you do. And we're going to welcome you to the Styyle Chronicles. So let's start with you, Rashawn, since you're sitting right here.
What I do for a living?
Or just like, what you do. Period. Like, What is your expertise?
My expertise.
Yes. But introduce yourself first.
My name is Rashawn Ferrier. I am a grant officer for a federal agency. So basically, I give out money to historically black colleges and universities across the country that promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
STEM, there we go.
So that's my day job. My pleasure is keeping everybody in the know, music, entertainment, all that good stuff. So I try to do that via Facebook and Instagram, keep everybody in the loop of what's going on.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so let's pass things on to Mr. Raven.
My name is Raven Akundayo. I am a certified life coach as well as Reiki practitioner. I'm the CEO of Revolution Multimedia LLC.
Say that 3 times.
I have to say the LLC.
Right, the LLC. Right, exactly.
Which is my multimedia company as well as my health and wellness company, The Love Movement. Let's see, I host several shows here in Baltimore. Just moved back a year ago from New York. And I have an initiative that is coming up next month called 4 Seasons of Awesomeness, which, to not take up too much time, I will explain later in the show.
Okay, it's cool. Sounds like a plan. All right, so welcome Raven to the show as well too. And as I said, returning back to the Syyle Chronicles last season, he was one of the guest co-hosts that filled the seats along with Mr. Styles that took the place of Keani T. Agent. Shout out to Keani T. Agent. Mr. Troy, the trainer.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Introduce yourself and what it is that you do. Obviously, we know that you train, but tell us about
I am Troy, the trainer with True Force Integrative Health and Fitness Systems, which is a lifestyle coaching, wellness, and fitness firm that deals with our 4 levels of fitness, being financial, emotional, spiritual, as well as our physical. So we incorporate those aspects to create a long-lasting program. And I'm also the co-lead instructor with Drop Zone Extreme Progressive Fitness at Jessup. Catches on Groupon. We're doing big things.
Okay.
Rashawn grabs his phone. Look at his body right.
We're doing big things. So we here. We here.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna get right into some topics, just random topics, and we're talking a little bit about everything tonight. So first of all, let's talk about health, because that's the first major thing. Because you can't do any type of pleasure, can't have any type of fun without health.
Right.
So my first question that I'm gonna throw out there: why is health important? And I'm gonna jump over to Troy real quick, because you do the personal training. Why is male health important?
Well, the question really should be is why is it not something that we always find important? Like it really, you don't have a choice. It's really not a choice. You know what I mean? So when you say why is it important, it's kind of like a dead issue. Like it just is important. You know what I mean? But to try to answer the question fairly, it's important because your health is the only true currency you have.
Right. Exactly.
So. And when we talk about health, we're not just talking about, a nice looking physique. We're talking about healthy lungs, healthy organs, healthy brain, being able to have a better quality of life, physical ailments being reduced, longevity, being able to, good? Yeah. Longevity, being able to, just live long enough to see your kids grow and your grandkids grow, and like it's so for someone to think they actually have a choice in the matter when it comes to their health is just crazy to me.
Okay. So Raven, what about you? Because I know now we're gonna be jumping sides a little bit because I want to touch bases on everything, not just the heterosexual side, but the homosexual side as well too, because that's important. Because I know, like especially for homosexuals, they're always in the gym. It's like straight up gym bodies. Why is that? Why is health important as well too?
Wow.
Say, why you hit me with
That
that?
can-
Okay.
Sorry.
That can be so loaded, and I have to make sure to only keep one foot on the soapbox and not completely step up.
Don't stand.
Where you want to take me with, especially when it comes to the homosexual community. I guess I'll still kind of stay in line with what it is I was initially going to say. In my life coaching, I lean very much towards the spiritual side.
Okay.
And I do believe that it's important to keep your spiritual side healthy because that touches so heavily on the physical body.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so often when it comes to the brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community who are constantly up in the gym, they often don't understand that it starts inside. As cheesy as it may sound to some.
No, I mean, that's true. That's true.
It's very important to have your mental in the right place. That's how you help the entire temple, you know?
Yeah.
You start at the top and you work your way down. I think that it's so important because oftentimes everyone is always looking at the physical aspects of it.
Yep.
And oftentimes personal trainers, when they train you, are teaching you that it doesn't just start there,
Right.
you know? Your mind has to be right just in order to get you to the point where you can eat properly or that you can get yourself to the gym,
Right.
you know? So I believe that it's so important for people because when you're really in your place, when you're really in the zone of putting together your temple properly, it all starts in the mind. And if you're able to correct where you are mentally, that's when everything will fall in place for you as far as your body. So.
Okay. Perfect. I totally agree. You just took me to the workout church. Right, exactly. Amen.
What did you say after that?
Come
I need to go to the gym now.
Right. What you eat before you came in?
You do not want to know.
No, Troy doesn't want.
No, Troy, you do not want to know. I'm a work in progress.
Well, you know what? The first step is actually knowing what you want to clean up, knowing what you want to get, like, you know, to figure out and work it out and go from there. Like you gotta know it first.
I'm gonna add something to what Brother Raven was saying. There's actually been times where I've actually turned clients away.
Really?
Wow.
I've turned clients away. And it actually caused me to rechange my business plan. So we actually have mile markers in place. And if we don't hit those markers, we actually regress. So say for instance, if I check in and do your weight, we do it bi-weekly. If you're not hitting your markers, we do what's called a quarantine, where now we're going in week to week. And then we actually have sit-down conversations. To whereas the session is not dominated by us working, now it's talking. We're talking.
That's great.
Okay.
Man.
And what I found is that I've been able to increase the production, the progress, whatever that number is going to be, that quantitative number, dramatically from just saying, okay, let's not just look at this from a standpoint of, I'm your trainer, I'm working you out physically, the result should be some physical result.
Exactly.
And that should be it. Because, like Brother Raven was saying, if you don't realize that there's something mentally, and I like to use the word emotional, because when you get mental, sometimes like you got a lot of red tape with that, it's a little political. So I choose emotion, because emotion fuels a lot of the decisions that you make. So you have your logic on one spectrum, then you have your emotion on one spectrum. So the balance is that thing in between, right? So when you make emotional decisions solely, it's never for the greater good because it's not being ruled by, there's no logic in it, right? So when we sit down and talk, it's like, okay, what is causing you to go outside of this a situation? And 9 times out of 10, it's something internal that they're trying to deal with or haven't dealt with. You know, outside influences, maybe it's their job, maybe the kids, maybe the lack of kids, maybe the lack of the job. Like, and you'll find where it's so, I mean, I hope I'm not losing anybody, but you'll find that the problem always starts when you can't get past that hurdle where it's emotional, it's mental, it's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And until you're willing to admit that, you're never gonna, progress. And like I said, I've turned point because if I can't get you past that sticking point, and then I'll come to you and say, okay, is it me or you? So then I'll come in and say, all right, do I need to make your workouts harder? Do I need to change your nutrition plan to make it more strict? What do I need to do? But it's you. I know it's you.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Better?
All right, so I'm gonna jump back over. That was good. That was really good. I mean, it's crazy because I don't really, I'm really surprised that you hear that trainers actually just turn somebody down. So, but it's smart because you need to be one with your client because you want the success story. So that I totally agree with that. Now, Rashawn, I'm gonna ask you a question in regards to training. For a female, how could they possibly get their significant other to possibly start going to the gym? So like if they're in the gym and they have success stories with it, they're going faithfully, or even if you're just starting to go. As guys, a lot of times we're stubborn. We're very stubborn. What are some things that females can do to this significant other, or say to this significant other, in order to inspire them to, hey, let's go to the gym, or let's do this together?
Okay, I have a cousin who went through this dramatic weight loss, lost all this weight, went from like saying a size 12 to a 6, just totally transformed, changed her lifestyle and everything. Got married, and her husband is a thicker guy. And she's actually going through this as we speak, so she's trying to encourage him to go to the gym. Right. And we talked about it, and she was like, well, Rashawn, what I'm doing is, I'm doing simple things. So what I'm doing, I'm changing what we eat, because I'm the cook. So I'm starting with small, introducing him to different foods, different portion control, things of that nature. And now they just had a kid, so now what she does now is like, well, let's take the baby on a stroll. So she's doing like really small steps to get him like motivated. So the next thing she said, well, let's go for a jog. So it's like slowly but surely. But you can't, as a female, you can't sit here and say, you need to go to the gym.
Right, exactly. It's how you say it.
It's how you say it, because if you say it, I promise you a man is going to turn and do the exact opposite. He's going to eat that big Bluebell carton ice cream. I mean, that's what's going to happen because you want to encourage. And even I've had relationships where I was in where people told me I was too slim. And I was just like, okay, that's new. All right. And then it was like, okay, so I went through this whole, like Troy was saying, I went through this whole point of being depressed and trying to figure out who I was and what I want to be and what's my image and what's this and what's that. But it was more mental what was going on with me, not like, I don't say, I battled depression. I'm not ashamed of that. And when I was going through my trial, it was like, I went from a point, I ended up breaking up this relationship, thought this was the one kind of scenario. I went from, I basically, during the whole breakup, I lost like 40 pounds. Okay, and I'm 6'2", so,
They looked a little crazy.
They looked a lot crazy.
A lot crazy.
And so, but then in the flip side, once that light went off, I did the opposite. I started binge eating. So I went from a 32-inch waist to a 36 in 3 months.
Wow. Okay.
So I had to find this balance, and I remember I took a picture on Instagram. I thought it was cute, and I looked, and like my pants, like the button where you could put the pants, I had on slacks. It was like it was a struggle. You saw the struggle.
Wow. It was bad.
And I was like, and then it was funny because one of my boys from New York hit me up, said, Rashawn, your face look real full. I was like, what does that mean? They was like, yo, put on some weight. And I was like, nah, I ain't put on no weight. And I got on the scale, and that was almost my first warning sign. But I'll give you this story. My real warning sign was I was in bed watching TV, and I had this feeling, okay? And so it was this level of discomfort I'd never experienced. And it was like this burning kind of sensation. And it was my thighs rubbing together.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, oh, hell no, this can't be me.
I'm gonna pause your story real quick because you get, wow.
You used to say I joined the gym the next day.
See, there you go. Right, that's the outcome.
That outcome I got to wait off, so I'm back on track.
Welcome to the Styyle Chronicles. You're live on air.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
What's going on, lady? How you doing?
Okay, I know everybody's talking about health and everything like that, and I just hate to change the subject so drastic.
You're more than welcome to change the topic. Okay.
My question has like 3 parts.
Oh
here we
boy,
go.
it's a layer.
Now you know we men, so you gotta give us time. We gotta process this.
Right.
How was your first oral sex experience?
Oh.
Oral sex experience.
Mm.
Did the taste, the scent
Ooh.
arouse you?
Oh.
Were you excited about doing it again, and did you share it with your friends?
Are you right?
Wait. When she said, "Did you share with your friends?" Does she mean did you share the person? Or the
No, right.
I
experience?
think she meant
No.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of times girls, we talk about stuff. And
That's true. That is true. That is true. That's a good one. That's a good
Oh,
one.
that's really good.
All right. Let me see.
I know I'm not first.
I'll go ahead and start this one. Okay, so break the question one more down. One more time. I kind of
You
got
say
it.
one more again.
One more again.
How was your first oral sex experience?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Taste and the scent arouse you? Were you excited about doing it again, and did you tell anybody?
Okay.
Oh,
So right, I know this is confession. Wow.
Ain't this
Right, exactly. First time was, do you dare?
Well, do you dare?
Yes, to taking it back. Do you dare? No, the scent and all that. No, it was actually kind of like weird at first because I guess didn't really know what you were really doing probably. But after that, I think maybe the next couple of times, I guess you kind of practice a little bit. I guess.
With what?
I don't know. You know what?
You said you practice, so I'm just saying.
And no, I did not tell nobody. Like I think if anything, I was probably a little bit embarrassed, if anything. So because I was a little older, but I was still embarrassed. Like you kind of have to break that down and tell somebody, hey, that's what I did.
Right.
Yeah. So I think as guys, like we really like you don't really talk about that too much.
No.
Unless now, see, we talk. So we're clearly talking about like receiving or giving, right?
Both.
Well, I was talking about you like you giving it.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why I said, did the scent and did the taste around you?
Oh. Okay, Troy.
Okay.
No, Troy. It's you.
Okay, from us. Okay.
Yeah, Troy, stop.
Yeah.
Troy, stop.
Okay, so my first time didn't really go so well. I think I was like 17.
Okay.
I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, at the time, you got your homeboys that, they don't really know nothing. I mean, they're the only frame of reference you have.
They're your hype team.
Right,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I was learning, honestly, now, no one knows this, right? It's gonna be funny. I learned how to do it from watching Vanessa Del Rio.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, she showed a lot of. A lot of us. Oh my God.
Wow.
As far as being aroused by the scent, I mean, it was like I was nervous, so I really couldn't enjoy that. But as I got older, like in my 20s, then I got to learn to appreciate the whole experience. So to answer your question, first time, no. Second, third time, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so from my point of view, 2 things. One, there was the female and the male. And then 2, I was pretty young with both compared to most, I'm guessing. The female was first, that was 8. I wasn't worried about no smell or nothing. I just thought I was a boss because I was already
Wow. First of all, you're 8. Hey,
So-
go in with your mama.
I'm trying to
You was
explain to
doing
you,
it.
like
Okay.
Scorpio, it's no joke.
Even as a kid going
But yeah,
on.
and my thing is, I knew what I was
Where
doing.
they do
so-
that at, though?
Here.
Apparently in Raven's world.
That's why I'm surprised when people talk about they don't think they're kids. And I'm like, y'all kids know.
Come on
far
now.
more than you
Come
think they
on.
know.
They do.
Come on.
Like, come on
Right.
now.
They
So
know more than you probably.
So that was.
Yes, not even go
So
there.
that was
Exactly.
8. The next one was 13, and that was a dude. And yes, to answer our question as far as the smell and everything, it was actually very arousing, the smell.
Yeah, I know some people that it gets them all, and I think more. It's weird because as men, we tend to have more, like, it's certain little things that kind of arouse us more than probably like females do.
Right.
So, I mean, you do have a lot of guys that the scent, the smell, all that kind of
Triggers.
But see,
something.
biologically, it's supposed to. Though.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's,
Exactly.
That's the thing, and like, I mean, for anybody out there who want to know, like, the scent. I mean, it should be you shouldn't have to associate the scent with something else. Like, it should be either like like water. Like, water doesn't really have a taste, but it has a taste.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the anatomy, like that should have its own specific scent. So it shouldn't smell like something else. Like
Yeah, and if it smells like something else, time to move on.
Yeah, that is something you don't want.
Pull back and raise your eyebrows.
She said pull back, no, you pull out.
Right,
And you move
decline.
on. Right, exactly, you decline.
well, I mean, that was actually my first. That was my 15. My first time ever, having sexual intercourse was 15, and that was the issue where like it just ain't had that.
Something wrong right.
Something wrong right. And it just, I couldn't produce.
There you go.
Not produced. Wow. Well, thank you so much for chiming into tonight's God Talk.
You know what? I have been enjoying you guys. I've been into the neighborhood laughing.
That's good. Thank you. Well, I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna end up having some more questions, so you're always welcome to call back in.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all got her all excited and hyped. Alright, so we're about to take a little break. When we come back, we're actually going to get into spirituality. I want to get into that
That's right
topic.
down Raven Lane.
Right, that's right now. Raven was texting, he put his head up, and the Lord hit him. The Lord gave him a revelation. So when we come back, we more of Guy Talk right here on the Styyle Chronicles on WPBRadio.com. Back right here with all new Styyle Chronicles on this Monday, March Madness. It's crazy in the studio. Tonight's Chronicle is entitled Guy Talk, and we have our guest Rashawn, we got Raven, we got Trainer Troy, and just walking through the door.
Late.
Yeah, you're late, but I mean, it's better early than never or late than never, whatever, something like that. But welcome, Mr. SOS,
We in here.
to the Styyle Chronicles.
We in here, bro.
Yes, sir.
We in here.
You would walk in right after the caller that was just on X.
boy,
It's
you
the
missed
craziest.
that.
Craziest. She basically asked. She said, "Okay, in your first oral
She listening right
experience,
now.
she's listening.
Right.
In your voice.
She listening to what you gotta say.
Yeah,
Right?
she listening to what
This
you're
is
right.
for you.
First of all, SOS, so people can know who you are. Tell us who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourself, so people can know.
Well, I'm one of the hottest dancers in the industry, worldwide.
There you go.
I've been dancing for 17 years. I'm also a / actor. I got my own clothing line. I'm just blessed right now, man.
There you go.
Amen. That's hey.
There you go.
Right.
Clap for that.
Exactly. He's blessed and highly favored.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. So her question was, in your first oral experience, giving, what did the scent and the taste turn you on, and did it make you interested in doing it again?
Yeah.
Right, doing it again. I think that's what
And did you tell
And did you
boy?
tell your boys?
You tell your own boys, right?
The first time.
Well, me, you know what I mean? You know me somewhat, and you know me somewhat. So y'all already know I don't hang with a rack of dudes. That's just, you know,
Right.
hang with a rack of dudes is a bunch of trouble, you feel what I'm
Right.
saying? But I told my brother, and he was like, man, you late. I'm like, I'm late. Man, when I told him, I was pumped up about it. I'm like, boy, let me tell you what I did, boy. So he's like, boy, you late. I go from front to back. I said, well, front to back.
Wow.
Front to back.
You sure you're gonna go into this next time?
Right.
It threw me off, so I thought I did something or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, well, at least I made a pee on himself.
Ooh.
He said you made a pee on himself. He said, well, hey.
Okay, I'm curious with this one. I'm curious. Me, Raven, and Rashawn X answered this earlier on for Miss Baker, and I know she's probably listening. So one of her questions was, where is the strangest place you had sex at? And Troy, I'm coming to you next.
Oh boy.
We already answered.
We already
We're not repeating.
Wow.
SOS is thank you.
Yo, I'm a freaky type dude, man. So
Oh,
it's got so many
snap.
ways.
Here we
man.
go.
I mean,
Hit the glass.
I should have saved that. I should have said that after.
Everybody's gonna do it again.
Right.
Everybody can do it again.
I'm gonna think, actually, for real, I'm gonna say at the club in front of everybody, they ain't even know what's happening.
Glass everywhere.
I need a glass. I need the horn. Just wow.
It was actually, matter of fact, it was actually on New Year's. So you know how everybody do the New Year's kiss? I said, oh, I want to do something different on New Year's or whatever. It was at a certain club or whatever, so you know, she had a little certain outfit on, you know what I mean? So I saw the opportunity, you know, when you drinking,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? So I saw the opportunity and hey, it was going on.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That was pretty hot though.
Well, Troy, I don't know if you can probably beat that. Right, exactly.
I don't know.
Troy's like, man, I don't know. Everybody got a visual.
Right, I tapped out a long time ago. As soon as you say club, I'm done.
Oh,
Game
and
over.
to the ladies who were listening, it was somebody that I was dealing with, so it was no need for a condom to be involved.
Yo.
Because you know how some people are like, ew, he didn't put a condom on.
See, you should have just left that visual out. Somebody told me like, wow. Right. It was all in the fantasy. It was in the moment. He was, oh.
Alright, y'all, we'll have a break moment.
All right, Troy. Do you want me to hit you with another question? Do you want me to hit you with
No.
Oh, okay. That's all I said. You can't get out.
He worked out. He's a trainer.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Pressure. Jam me up on here, boy.
Oh, man.
Nah, I would say how, not so much where. So,
okay.
I think the craziest was on 695.
Driving? You were driving?
You did a team?
Driving.
Upside baby. That's the book.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the book.
I was driving.
Where you been at?
You're about to say.
You've done it too, Sean.
No, I haven't.
Now,
I'm getting the pass. Never. Y'all all by yourself. Texting and driving is one thing.
Shift in the seat. You still got the right
All you gotta do is shift in the seat.
it's a slight
See, and y'all the reason why traffic is backed up. Y'all the reason why. Traffic is backed up.
See, look,
I'm done.
I had the captain
I'm
chair so
done.
you could lift up the armrest.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you got the armrest and stuff. All right.
But what was so funny about it though was like I kept looping 695.
He went up to the left. I'm not mad at that.
That was the longest ride of my life.
Yeah, there you go. And every time you hit 695, you probably be like,
Yeah, that's that accent.
Alright, so we're going to calm this down a little bit. I'm going to ask one question before we get into spirituality.
Oh, we trained.
Right, I know we got to transition. How often do you think couples should make love?
Wow. As much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And why do you say that, Rashawn?
For me, I'm an emotional kind of person. So I need the touch, the feel, the something. So it doesn't have to be the full
all the
time, but it has to be something.
I respect
Okay.
that.
It has to be something. I think when you start saying, or you're starting to schedule your time, you're on your way out. You're on your way out. The relationship is going to be over.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
All day.
And the good thing about if you're doing something, especially in the lovemaking thing, you want to make sure that it's spontaneous. If you have to pencil your lover in,
It's almost done. Like that's what you just said.
Done.
That's almost over. Like you say, when you got a schedule, okay, we're gonna make love this week. We're gonna have sex this week. We're just gonna F that. Something ain't right.
So so basically, my next question to stem off that is, as men, how do you know when a man is starting to be unattractive in that area, and they're not interested in making love no more?
You mean like us being unattractive to the other person?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you know, you've been doing it, you've been scheduling it and all that, but how can you, what are signs that a female or a significant other can kind of see that could probably be like, okay, you're starting to do this, or you're starting to do that?
patterns, changing patterns.
Because, I mean, in speaking as a man, in that situation, I mean, it's like, I've learned, I can't speak for everybody, but I've learned that, we never don't know anything. Like we always know something, we just choose to either acknowledge it or not acknowledge it. So if it goes tick, 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 tick for years, then it goes tick, 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 tick. Like something's up.
Conversation needs to start.
Conversation needs to happen. You know, so I would say, you know, you know, and on top of that, honestly, it's how you, where your emotions go. Like if you snapping off too quick now and you too short with your conversations, or even in the love making process, like if it's shorter now, like if you can tell when somebody's engaged in something, when somebody is concerned about your well-being in that regard. So it doesn't change. So like in other words, right? I'm not going to carry you in the bed and then not carry you out the street. Like we the emotions.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was
No,
deep.
You're right.
That was deep.
Real good.
That was deep.
You know.
All right. What about you, SOS?
So what's that again?
What are signs that your significant other can kind of tell that you're starting to kind of like fade off a little bit when it comes to the love making?
Well, it's like, for real, conversation is a must. You feel what I'm saying? If your conversation starts slacking or whatever the case may be,
yeah.
If you want to argue more than you want to talk, and me, I like for a female to be aggressive sometimes. Don't wait on me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If you know you want to do that, man, pull a joint out of there.
So that's fine. Because you do have some people, some guys that don't like that at all.
Right now, sometimes I gotta be honest. Like depending on my day, like I ain't really feeling that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Like you say, it got to be the mood. The mood, the right time. The whole thing got to build up to something.
And then I agree with that's what's the conversation. If you kind of know your person and you vibing with them, you know, okay, well, this is not really one of his days.
Right.
Right. All right. What about you, Raven?
You could pretty much just take everything SOS said and try and take that from him and a female to me and the dude.
Okay.
Like it's pretty much the exact same situation all the way down. But the best way for the dude who I'm with to be able to tell is if it's a situation, like for me, I'm always on. There isn't a time where I don't want to go ahead.
He been on.
He said he always on.
Right now.
The only time that I don't, and this is the reason why I'm saying this so clearly obvious, is if I don't trust you. If I don't trust you, my libido goes like it's that straight nothing.
Because your mind is like this. What did you do today?
Right.
They try to kiss you. What did you do with your mind? There's something wrong right there. Wait a minute. What's going on with it? Or they try to touch your face. Is your hands clean? I mean, it's crazy, but like what he said, if you got to go through all that, your trust factor about a person is very, very low. I say this, don't even deal with them.
Don't deal with them.
Because they ain't going to do nothing but stress you out.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, I can dig that too. Yeah.
That's smart.
And I tell anybody, whether it's a brother dealing with a brother, a sister dealing with a sister, or a brother dealing with a sister, know your worth, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Always know your worth. Don't ever settle for less.
Right.
Because just like how you could be sitting here wasting your time on this person right here, and you missing out on this person right here. And 9 times out of 10, the person that you're missing out is right there in your face. And they've been there. Yeah.
I swear, like, it's just like a job. Like, you got somebody who has a degree in engineering working at a job he ain't supposed to be, and you got this brother over here who working his job, and he's like, get with the right being, be in your lane. Find your emotional and your relationship lane.
Yeah.
If you ain't about it, don't find somebody who about it. Like, don't waste their time. Let them go find that person who's about it for them. Like, go deal with the person you're supposed to go deal. And you know who it is. Like, this will kill me, right? Guys who will go and be like, yo, I like that chick, man. Like, oh, she going to school, she doing this, whoop-de-whoop, she bad, but I ain't gonna wife her.
Right.
The good one.
You want all of that.
Never get the right.
Right, you want all of it with none of it.
Right.
But she's like, no, I don't want to deal with you because I'm looking for a relationship. Now all of a sudden, she has to be like, almost like forced to be in situations that she really want to be in.
Exactly.
She has to be single for longer because you got all these guys who are like, well, shorty over there, I can get it from her. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, I feel like stay in your lane, Leave that equation out. Like stop, like really, like it's like traffic. Like stop getting in that lane, crowding that up for people.
Right. And you know what's so funny that you bring it up? That's one question that we asked the female panel before I left out was why does it seem as if the bad guys always the ones that get the full play, but the good guys that really will go out and do the extra mile, do everything that you want, don't get nothing.
They want a challenge.
Good one.
They always want a
But
challenge.
then some, but like I say, you know, was it brother, sister, sister, old brother, sister. Some people are just slow, stupid, and naive, man.
That's true.
And they just so desperate to be with any damn body. They just don't want to be by themselves, so they accept anybody.
They come through. That's true.
Like I'm pretty sure all of us know somebody that's in an abusive relationship. And you ask them over and over again, why are you doing this to yourself? And they hit you with the stupidest answer. I don't want to be by myself. I know they really love me and they say they won't do it again.
They don't love themselves.
And then you see them a couple weeks later, either you see them on Instagram or Facebook, they got killed by the person, or you see them on face to face and they beat the hell up even worse than you saw them the last time.
I feel like this conversation is perfect as a transition into the spirituality aspect. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the sense of self-worth is so vital in understanding who you are. And like SOS said, it doesn't matter the relationship. It could be, you know, female and female, male and male, female and male.
It's the
and
same
situations across the board. You can hold this
people,
conversation with all types of people and you'll find out these situations. And we see it so much, especially, and speaking from the homosexual side of things, you will be flabbergasted at speaking to these brothers, and it's just like, is there, like, it's clear. You can even see it on status messages. People going at it in status messages. And you like,
they're more bold now.
They box
and you're
each
still
other.
saying, but literally, right. But it's like, you don't love you. You have absolutely, and you can even read it. Like, now mine is the person they're dealing with. Just read what it is they saying themselves. Read, because there's so many people who try to front and talk about how Facebook fake, that's not really who I am.
Oh, no.
BS.
You
The whole of who you are.
Say it again.
You are what you post.
Exactly.
You are what you post.
You are what you post.
That's a hashtag right there.
What? Give me my chance,
But they hit you.
Smack attack.
But they tell you this. They say, what did they say? Facebook and Instagram is just entertainment.
Right.
How are you entertaining? You're trying to pump yourself up. That's what you're doing, right?
I agree.
But then it trips me out because these same people put these certain pictures up or whatever the case may be. If you got a nice body, it's cool. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? All of us in here right now, we in shape. So all of us have been time for time put a shirt up, put a picture up there with a tank top or whatever it may be. But for you females, you beautiful black, white, Chinese, Italian, whatever you are, women, when you go on Instagram or Facebook and you put a picture up of your butt and you just got your bare butt out.
No wifey.
Yeah. And then you go out to a club and you meet a guy. Do you really think he's meeting you, or is he meeting your butt?
What, the representative or you?
Like really? Me being a man, you feel what I'm saying? Me being a man who deal with women, when I see that, you feel what I'm saying? I'm already.
You already put him in the box.
There you go.
Yeah.
You already
can't get out of that box.
You already put it.
Hey,
you know, how could you be mad at me? Like,
Yeah,
how could you ask me for more than you ask from your goddamn self?
Yeah, exactly.
That make no sense.
Exactly.
But then you have women that actually come and approach you because they think that that's what you want.
No.
Right.
Well, you got it totally twisted with me.
No,
One thing about me,
You're learning
I'm a
SOS
man's man. You feel what I'm saying? When I'm dancing, I'm SOS. You feel what I'm saying? Right now, when I ain't dancing, I'm Keith.
Right.
If you come at me and you approach me on some old freak stuff or whatever the case may be, whereas I feel as though you're disrespecting yourself throughout this conversation, because not once did you ask me my real name, not once did you sit and say how I'm doing, not once did you tell me how you doing or any of that. I can't get with that because that lets me know, for one, you got low self-esteem. For two, you just trying to look for a fly out that night. And I don't do that.
Right, looking for a come up.
Or you're looking for a come up. You trying to get on a rise off of me. You know what I'm saying? That, well, hey, girl, I mess with SOS.
Right.
Hey, girl, I do this. Hey, girl, I do this.
And
but what you fail to realize is anything that SOS has, SOS have that. You don't have that. Because my cars are still going to be my cars. My money is still going to be my money. We're not sharing.
What you step out of.
Yeah, we're not sharing. And me, I'm the type of person like this. If you can't do for yourself, I can't do nothing for you.
I know that's right.
No cheese.
The chain is crazy. You said that, yo, because I'm somebody who's looking for a come up. Like, you'll find out what you do. Like, personally.
So many people do that, though.
And then try to cling to you. Try to be your buddy and all that. Like, okay, prime example. What you? When you was a guest on the radio station, you had this many friends. Now that you're the host of the radio station, now you got a whole bunch of friends.
Exactly. Everybody want to be in the hot seat.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But it's crazy that that's how it is now, man. Can't nobody just be genuine. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
But see, it costs too much, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
But then it goes down to how you were raised. You know, I've seen too many people on Instagram and Facebook that put up these masks and they wear the mask all day. And I mean, they put up these big fronts like they're this and they're that. And I've had people that were total monsters, and that but swear up and down they were the nicest people on earth. And you know, but that's their brand that they're selling to the naive and the people who don't know.
I agree.
And then you get in these situations and you say, well, you're not the representative, or who are you?
Right.
And I met a representative and got in a relationship with a representative. And when I tell you it was hell trying to find out who. I found out 2 years later.
Wow.
You know, this is after you swiped my card, got cars, all kind of stuff went down. But that's how I met the representative. And now I'm sitting here like, damn. But you live and you learn. But it's really, it's like I always tell people, when you look at someone's Facebook, if you can't find a picture of their parents, their grandparents, where they from, their kids, you got to give me something. But if you're only showing me your body, your side shot, your best angle,
your duck lips,
you know what I'm saying? What you
can say that, yo.
Wait a minute.
Your pouty lip, come on.
He said your duck lips. I'm done.
Right, get down like it.
Right.
Come on. Your selfie.
That's because their phone not charged. That's
Your Chinese store fake stack of money.
Unless you won that game of Monopoly.
They be putting all that on there. But then my thing is this, okay, so you doing all that flashy flash, right? That flashy get you stuck. Right. So when a dude run up on you thinking that you got that same amount of money that you post on that page, you ain't got that money.
There you go.
You better report your own picture.
Alright, so getting back on one final question about spirituality. Now I know as men, it's funny because I had a couple of listeners that actually wanted me to ask this question. For the female side, it seems as if, you know, when you're raised in church, you stay in church. You know, you kind of develop the pattern, you go to church all the time. But then as men, most men don't, from what they're telling me, and I can probably attest a little bit to it, but most men start dwindling down when it comes to church until you become in charge or in some type of power role. That's when you feel like you're more important and you start making church more important to you. So with that particular statement, do you believe that's true? That men tend to see as the older they get to kind of focus away from church? And it's kind of like the females that are kind of pulling people back into church because they're constantly there?
I think it's the opposite. Well, at least for me, I think I grew more spiritual as I got older. I think my life experiences and seeing so many things go wrong, it's like, okay, hold on, my life is off kilter. I got to get something. And once I let go and let God take over a lot of things, things just started just changing. Everything, I woke up smiling, and I always tell people, I smile and I take a picture every morning. I'm smiling. I said because there's a reason why I'm smiling. If you understood everything I went through, you know why I'm smiling. And so many people are so caught up in why I'm not like the next man, or why she got to have the nice husband in the house. Focus on you. Focus on your relationship, whether it's with God or that spiritual being or whatever you call it. You got to have that center. If you don't have that center, I promise you your life is going to be total chaos. Total chaos.
What about you, Ray?
I actually appreciated the direction you went in with the question, because I was like, okay, I don't really know how to answer that. my journey and what it is that I'm going on as far as my spirituality. And the reason why I say that, and this is definitely no shame in saying, because it's my testimony, I am a mesh of, I guess you would say, Buddhism and Christianity.
Okay.
So it's like I don't really subscribe to one, you know.
Yes, subscribe.
I
love it. Yes, I love that. That's a new one. I haven't had that one before.
Add that to your
Right. But yeah, going off of what it is that you said as far as the answer to the question, for me, yeah, it was growth as I've gotten older.
Okay.
So I don't really see that as a thing where I went away from it. You know,
Okay.
I started out at 11. My family has been into the church, but it was never really hardcore. I was the first one who, you know, I stepped out with my teacher when I was in the 4th grade. She took me to church, and that was my journey that I had by myself. By the time it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't really think just Christianity is something that I'm cool with. The rest of my family flowed into it, and to this day, they go hard, you know.
Okay.
My journey was figuring out it's not enough for somebody to just give me one book, one answer.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, I need to be far more open.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
as I got older, my mind expanded more. You know,
Right.
there's more things for me to know. You know, I need to be able to know about all of the different religions,
Right.
all the different faiths.
Exactly.
I can't just believe you from telling me one thing.
That's-
you know,
that's a good
so
one.
it's like for these sisters who are thinking that these brothers, this is rare for me, you know, and this is across the board, gay, straight, or otherwise. I have so many friends who I talk to where I've literally seen us from teenagers. My best friend used to be atheist.
Wow.
He wouldn't admit it to
Oh, wow.
you right now, but his center, oh yeah, he real quick to mention something about God, you know? But that my thing is that he would still be my best friend, regardless,
right,
you know?
right.
But where he is, his peace. And just in case there's anybody who may be atheist who's listening right now, I'm not trying to say you don't have some form of center, you know? But I know speaking for me and my journey with God, man, oh man. And being able to look back and to be able to see where it is that I've come from, there's nothing like watching your own evolution.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, as just speaking from the point of view of a man, I would love for a sister to be able to call in and be able to talk about this. Because so often this conversation I have with men, but being able to literally watch your own evolution and where you've come from, where you were, and where you are now. And if you are somebody of faith, being able to see where you came from in that is an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Okay,
Amazing.
so for you, Troy and SOS, different question, but on the same topic. Does it matter the spirituality or the religion of your mates?
Oh, gosh. Ouch.
Well,
How you gonna give that to them?
I know, because y'all went deep, so I had to throw something their way.
well, for me, no. I honestly, so okay. So let me hit it from this angle. So similar to Brother Raven, you know, when I was growing up, my mother was English Catholic, Episcopalian. She was Baptist, you know, but that back then I didn't understand why we were bouncing around from different denominations until I realized that she was just trying to find something she could call home, right? In that regard, she wanted to try to find a spiritual home.
Right.
And you know, through my life, you know, around I was like 16, became a 5%er, and I felt more connected to that in regards to spirituality because like I'm a real big science head. Like that's what I even went to school for, was like biotechnology. So like I like the aspect of science. You know, I feel like science is just like life's math, right?
Right.
So fast forward, for me, I realized that if you can accept that you don't have all the answers, so like right now, right? So we know that all the elements in exact order that create humans and every other living being is the same as our solar system. So like the Earth, the stars, they're all in the same chronological order. I'm sorry, chronological, but order of elements that create. So things like that, or just understanding that the universe is like just ever expanding, like just back, like you'll never get to the end. Like that's, you gonna tell me there's nothing more? Like it just ends? Like,
Right.
So to me, I feel like if you can accept that, then you don't need to have a denomination Just
Right.
accept the fact that there's more to your existence than you think you know.
Right.
And that's God enough for me.
Yeah.
And that makes me say, okay, well, since I don't know what the end of this is, well, then I don't know the end of me. So I will continue to
Right.
progress, to ascend, to be, I mean, hell, I may become the thing that people write about, which is God, you know.
Okay.
So to answer your question, no, I think the only time I would feel uneasy about my mate is if the denomination that she subscribed to did not allow her to think outside of the box.
Oh yeah, I had that scenario.
If that happens, then I can't support that.
Okay.
Because we're not going to grow.
Right.
That's true. That's important. SOS, you got like about 2 minutes.
My thing is this. Know yourself. And whatever you believe in that. Don't change your beliefs because my belief may be something else. You feel what I'm saying? If you believe in Christianity, be a Christian. If you believe in being a Buddhism, be a Buddhist. And I hope I said it the right way.
Buddhist.
All right, Buddhist.
Get it right.
Get it right, get it tight.
Stay in the Nation of Islam.
Right.
Muslim, stay Muslim. Don't switch over because I may be something else.
Right.
Like I say, be who you are, man. Believe in yourself and whatever you believe in that.
But okay, now playing devil's advocate with you, seeing if that person does believe what they believe in, and you guys met and you guys were like really strong when it came to the sexual tip of things, but then you start getting more close, and because of that religion, she started backing away from doing that. Will that affect the relationship?
No. As long as our friendship stays the same, I'm perfectly fine, man.
And on that note, we'll be right back.
Y'all ain't see that, but he just threw the pen in the air. He's like, I'm done.
We'll be right back with more Syyle Chronicles and Guy Talk. Chronicles Show. We are coming closely to the end of Guy Talk. This has been crazy. I'm telling you. First of all, this is Sean Smack Mac. The Danielle Baker, we actually kicked her out a little earlier on, and she left some questions. So we about to drill some questions that some female listeners sent to her, and she pretty much wants to ask the all-male panel that we have here. I'm gonna have everybody go around and introduce themselves. Tonight's Chronicle is entitled Guy Talk. We had Girl Talk 2 weeks ago, and now we got the guys taking over the studio, and it has been absolutely crazy on air and off air.
Yes.
Listening to some of these crazy stories, but I mean, it's good talk.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah.
It's always good to sit around and have some good talk.
It's knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Because somebody else's knowledge is more than yours. Alright, so go around the room, just introduce yourself one last time to our studio, to our live listening audience.
Rashawn Ferrier.
Raven Akundeo.
Troy the Trainer Richardson.
SOS, stripper.
Don't let them do you like that. Don't let them do you like that.
I thought it was exotic dancing.
That too.
Depending on what crowd you're in.
There you go.
Depending on what crowd you're in.
Osidio State.
That's a good one too. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw some questions out there and point to you, answer honestly. Now Ms. Baker is listening, so I know she's listening, and I know our lovely ladies are listening. And our gentlemen, because some gentlemen asked some questions that they wanted to ask just as well too. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna ask out there, why do successful women or men intimidate men? So I'm gonna throw that to Rashawn.
Why? I think it's a big issue of the haves and the have-nots.
Okay.
It's one of those things where the person with the success doesn't even require the partner or whoever to have the same level of success. But that's where the level of communication breaks down. People automatically assume that I have to be at the same level as the person I'm talking to, or I'm not worthy. And that's the biggest mistake you can make.
Right.
And I've been in a relationship where, I had somebody that was constantly attacking my education, attacking the fact that I was at a certain level, that I made more money. And it was just like, but we're together, so what does it matter?
Exactly.
Right.
But when you don't have, that's when it becomes an issue. So it's really a situation of you shouldn't even think about it like that.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, people do.
Okay, SOS. Does it matter if your woman makes more money than you? And that's That's a good one.
Right.
To me, nah. My thing is, it's not about your money, because I'm going to get mine.
Right.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? What you get is what you get. What I got is what I got. But when we come together, it's got to have something.
So, right, I agree. I definitely agree.
It's about to have something.
I agree. Have you ever dated other female dancers?
Yeah.
Female dancers.
Yeah.
Okay. Have any of them made like pretty much been more known than you or made more than you?
No.
That's a soft no.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. Right, exactly.
I'm legendary, people. Legendary.
All right, Troy. What are ways a relationship can be ruined?
Wow.
Wow.
You just threw that one out there, right? We should have started at 8 o'clock.
Right, how about it?
I'm gonna tell you from personal experience.
Okay.
Forget. Okay, so no longer believing that your partner has your best interest.
It's a good one.
When that stops, the relationship is done, and all that really means is that you think that what I'm doing is hurting you in some kind of way.
Right.
You know, like us having an argument, it shouldn't hurt if we're both taking something positive away from it.
Yeah.
Like it should be a debate. Like you know, I may not be doing what I'm supposed to do. I may only have 2 more classes to get my degree, and you like, yo, baby, get on your grind, stop playing. Like we're arguing about that, but we should be able to take something positive. I should go back.
Right.
We should figure out a way to make that work. But when it comes to whereas everything that I'm doing seems to be an attack,
Right.
you take it as an attack, then there's no way to come back from that because you've already put us in a place already.
Okay.
So anything that I could be 3,000% like wonderful, but it doesn't matter because everything is perceived as an attack and I'm taking away from you. So in my opinion, I think when you lose the ability to see that your partner should always have your best interest, when that happens, it's a problem.
Oh, good one. All right, Raven, what is the definition of love?
Just real quick.
No, go ahead, chime in. Because I felt through his spirit. It was growing. It was growing.
It's like a bang.
This happened on a Looney Tune moment.
Come into the relationship with all of your pieces together. Do not expect for me to put pieces of me into you for you to be whole.
And to piggyback off of that, know your own puzzle before you try to learn my puzzle.
That's true.
Look, I'm telling you, don't get me started now.
We need a part 2
Already.
No, we may end up doing like a battle, like get the girls and the guys together. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
They're gonna be
on time for that one.
I'll take off work for that one.
That's gonna be on time for that one. We're gonna have to work on that.
Right. Okay, my bad.
Okay, no,
what was the question again?
The question was, what is the definition of love?
Wow, the definition of love. Seeing how this is something I talk about pretty much daily.
And I with this particular question, because I know most of the females ask this one. So from a male perspective, what is the definition of love? Because I know every once in a while you get into that battle. As guys, we always like, okay, well, females can love and show romance and show emotions more, but you have them guys that just don't show no type of emotion. So as a male, what is the definition of love to you?
The definition of love for me is transparency. Just like literally that little twist of my head that I did was me just really quick spanning through the relationships that I've had and how in the I won't say the failure, in the lessons that we learned whilst being together, transparency or lack thereof seemed to have been a common theme throughout all of them. You know, love was literally standing there at the door.
And it was go head on, man. Look at here, about to cry.
Constantly a situation where the door is cracked, just waiting to be let in. But transparency, or lack thereof, didn't let it get there.
There you go.
This wall that I can't even say is built up. So oftentimes, no matter what gender, circles the relationship, these people walk into relationships with the walls already built. So the problem is that you just build onto it whilst you're in the relationship.
They're all stronger.
You know? And it doesn't get to a point, or it gets to a point where one person grabs the hammer and decides, I'm going to start to bang mine down.
Yep.
But when they get to the other side, yours is still up.
Wow.
Exactly.
You know? And at the end of the day, the door is closed and you've missed an opportunity, because whether it be trust or anything of that nature, it's gone from one party, if not from both.
Right.
You know? So I honestly believe that when you have transparency, first of all, transparency with yourself before you ever decide to meet another person. Be clear with who you are to you. And once you get past that point, be transparent with the other person. It may feel hard to my brothers or sisters who are listening.
Right.
It may seem hard and difficult to show your all to somebody.
Exactly.
But somebody who truly loves you will love you past all of your flaws.
Right.
There you go. You know what?
You killed that.
Hand claps or something.
You know what? I want to add on to that too, man. Like, you got to look at it like, you know, you being an entertainer, you know, and a well-renowned entertainer. It's like, it needs to be like a party. Like, you know, your relationship is like a party, and your significant other needs to be your biggest cheerleader. They need to come to your, when you throw your event, which is your relationship, they need to come to your party. Whether only one person shows up, to, like it, no matter, always show up. Just be there for that person. Let them know that I don't care. I mean, when I say don't care the situation, I mean if as long as you're not doing anything that's an extreme detriment and harm to that person, and we all know what that is.
Right.
We don't have to guess what that is. Right. You know, as long as your relationship is void of that, and all you do is try to progress and admirate. No, Ice-T said this. He said you could love somebody to death.
I'm gonna pause you real quick, Troy. We got a call. Sorry
Oh,
about
boy.
that. You was about to go in. You was about to go in.
Say that nugget. Say that nugget.
All right, WPB Radio, you live on the Syyle Chronicles.
Nah, that was good. I appreciate that one.
That was good.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
I have a question for SOS.
Oh, snap. Here we go.
As he turns his head and he gets ready for this one. Okay.
If your woman cheated on you, would you forgive her and try to save the relationship? And if not, would you expect the same from her? Because in my experience, I found that most men can dish it, but they can't fathom the thought of another man all up in his happy place.
Oh, not that happy place.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, right? I'm gonna say it like this. If my girl was to cheat on me, you want me to be real, right? If my girl was to cheat on me, yeah, I would accept it, because 9 times out of 10, I already cheated on her first.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Okay.
Ouch, right, ouch.
No, see, here's the deal with that, though, sweetheart. And when I say cheating, right, you know, cheating goes a long way. You feel what I'm saying? Cheating goes beyond just sex.
Right.
Me being in my profession, you feel what I'm saying? It's very, very hard for me to be faithful. You know, because there's all kind of temptations out there.
Right.
Me sitting there, and to be real with you, me sitting there dancing naked in front of a female, and a female fondling me, I'm cheating. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I sit and say, me sitting there and having these females lusting over me or whatever the case may be, I'm cheating. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I sit and say,
Emotionally.
exactly, and it happens that way, to the point where I meet females at these clubs or whatever, and be talking to them, or we be text messaging each other back and forth. So, but my motive will be one thing, you feel what I'm saying, but their motive will be something else. Right. But me not knowing what their motive is from the jump, I'm sitting there feeding them this and feeding them that, feeding them this and feeding them that, and not knowing the whole time this person's falling in love with me, and this person really think that we're in a relationship.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, if I'm dealing with a female or whatever the case may be, and she was just to come out and say, you know what, I cheated on you. Like I say, 9 times out of 10, I cheated on you already. Cheated on you first. So hey, it is what it is. Let's talk about it, work it out, or whatever the case may be. If it's somebody I really want to be with or whatever, man, we gonna work it out. You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm lacking in something. If you gonna cheat on me, I'm lacking on something. So that means I need to step my game up, and I appreciate the honesty. And let's work it out.
And Carl, I'm gonna keep you on there because actually I do have a question that's gonna piggyback off of your question. But the question is, why do men cheat? Because statistically, it shows that men cheat more than women.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. That's easy.
Tell you what.
Okay, good.
So there's two main reasons why men cheat. Either out of sport or necessity. A woman would cheat out of spite and necessity.
Boom. Boom.
Wow.
Wow. Make sure should I say it one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
Write this down, ladies.
When it comes to men, the two main reasons why men are unfaithful is because of sport and necessity. When it comes to women, it's spite and necessity.
Yep.
And what I mean by sport, it's the simple reason of having the access to do so.
It's easy.
They have the human condition. The human condition justifies everything that we do. Without the human condition, we would be more inclined to do the right thing with quotation marks, right?
Exactly.
Like dogs don't know, like if a dog come up and snatch something off the table and you scold it, it'll come back and it knows that it did wrong. It's not gonna figure out a way to lie to you because it can't justify its action. We as humans, we have the ability to justify our actions. So to me, that's the reason why men cheat. Now when it comes to necessity, it's a lack of intimacy from their partner, or there's a disconnect there. With women, it's not in a woman's nature to just go out here and just go have sex with a whole bunch of people. It's just not, and this is just my opinion, it's just not natural. Yeah. It's more natural for a woman to react. What'd you say? Majority, right, majority. I should say majority.
Yeah.
The majority, generally happens to where if a woman is unfaithful, it's like it's because there's some spite there. I need something is happening. Something triggered me to do this.
But a lot of brothers out here, man, they want to accept that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
They said the girl will cheat on them, whatever. So then all of a sudden, she becomes a hoe. She becomes this. She becomes that. Okay, at the end of the day, do what you do.
Right. But they don't want to own
you
that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, what did you do? You feel what I'm saying?
If you say nothing, you a damn liar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Nobody wants ownership.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
And it's funny because it's the same exact thing on the homosexual side. Exactly. Or then you get into that whole open relationship.
Yeah.
So what y'all feeling in regards to open relationship? Oh, by the way, thank you, Carla, for calling in. Thank you for chiming in.
You gotta be careful when you start doing things of the open relationship nature. You gotta be very clear what you allowing in.
Very clear.
Yeah.
Because if you allow it in, you may not get the end result that you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what may happen, the one that you brought in might be the one that takes the one away from you. So be very cautious when people say, oh, we're good with the open. Because if you do it, just remember, the one that you bring in might be the one that take you out.
There you go.
And take you out.
You're the one that brought it in the open.
Okay?
Exactly. You was confident. You was confident.
Because you just was like this. You thought you was all about
You know what though? But I'm glad you said that. Look at the situation with Main Man. What's his name? Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
His wife allowed this open relationship, threesomes and all that to happen simply because, and I'm just going based off the media response, and then like there's the truth, there's the lie, and there's the middle, right? So I'm quite sure she wasn't all about it jumping out the gate.
Exactly.
Her, all right, baby, I love you. I want to try this.
I'm gonna do it for you.
I'm gonna do it for you, and then you go do the one thing that destroys that, and you took advantage of that.
Right.
You couldn't just let it be what it was. You decided to make it what you wanted to make it.
Yeah.
And now you don't have her. Now you looking like an ass trying to get her back, and she don't want you back.
But see, there's a rule if you're gonna do an open relationship. You can't date the person that you're in the open relationship.
Right.
Once you start dating that person,
You gotta set the rules.
You gotta set the rules. There gotta be some clear guidelines in what you are doing. If there's any gray areas, whoever you're in that with, they're gonna test it.
Oh yeah, like a mother.
All right, I got 3 more questions and we gotta get this in real quick. All right, so the first one, let me see. Dang, I lost it that quick. Okay, how do you feel about being in a relationship with someone who's still friends with their ex?
I am friends with the majority of my exes.
Okay.
And I make it very clear when I'm in a relationship with someone that I am an adult. I am not a child. I know how to close doors as well. So when we have come to the end of our chapter, that is the end of our chapter.
Okay.
Also, from the sense of Buddhism, we are taught to live in the now. So that is where I work to live on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
So for us to, and I've made a mistake, I'm not trying to seem perfect at all. I've also been one of those people who have been like, why are you friends with so-and-so and so? But I've worked my way to the point where the relationship that I've been in, there's a situation where I already knew his ex. you know?
Okay. Right.
But my thing is that, okay, I trust, even though, I mean, I knew, you know, quotation marks, it wasn't like we were really close, but I want to trust that that chapter ended for a reason. You're not trying to go back there. So, you know, it was like they went out to a bar, had drinks and all that stuff. I was all good. But I was also all good because I knew what I wasn't going to do. Right. Okay. So that's another thing that plays a part into it as well. If you know that you're good peoples and you're not going to do anything to mess it up, you know your karma. So you put that out into the universe and you say that I trust what it is that you're going to do as well, because if not, I know the karma that's coming back to you.
Okay, anybody can jump in for this one. When do you think is a good time frame to meet the person's kids or parents of whom you're dating, or for them to meet yours?
I'm more of a family-driven kind of person. Okay. My parents been married for over 40-some years.
All right.
So I'm taking if you get there, but the time frame I can't tell you that. It's whatever my heart is telling me. If I feel you're worthy enough, because I'm not going to bring anybody in front of my parents. Right. That's not going to happen. If they know of you, you're doing damn well. Yeah. But if you never get to meet them, nah, you ain't got a chance. And I hope it would be the same, you know, vice versa. Yeah. But family's important. And I always tell people, if you don't have a knowledge of a person's family, not necessarily saying you met them, but if you don't know anything about their family, watch out.
So I just gotta read this one thing. One of our listeners, she says, I don't want my man friends with their ex or with their familiar. I don't want my man friends with no familiar coochie. Wow.
Lock that down, sis.
You know,
wow.
But you know what though? What I would say to that, as far as being friends with your ex, I think you need to look at it from the position of you're coming into a new relationship, so you have to respect what this new person that you're engaging feels.
Exactly.
So you just can't be like, well, I know me. I'm gonna just
do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Like,
well, no, that definitely can't happen.
No. Or you're gonna be alone.
But sometimes that's
be by yourself.
Right. You need to bounce on the person who does that. Yeah.
Absolutely. You going against me to still be? Oh, guess what? Go back.
Go over there.
All right. One final question: does the size of the breast or the booty matters? And that can go on both sides. Does the size of the breast?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Me, okay, because I'm not a small guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I need size.
Okay, makes sense.
I need size. This is like
something
I need that.
Right.
Because it make me feel like the alpha male. You feel what I'm saying? Like it make me be like, you know, I'm the silverback gorilla. You feel what I'm saying?
The silverback.
It's like I'm the king of the jungle. You feel what I'm saying? If you got somebody small, you feel what I'm saying, and you a big guy, it make you feel small. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to go from here
as he shows
to here. You know what I'm saying? You got to go from here to here. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, now my back hurt, you know what I mean?
You got
working abs and I don't want to work abs that day. So it's like, man, it makes a difference to me.
Alright.
But you just be sexy with it though.
Oh, that makes sense.
You gotta be sexy. You get in that gym. You get in that gym.
Hey, they trying to find other ways to work out.
Hey, no, I don't buy no. Pump your butt up, and all that.
You don't need to fake, you need to be real.
Right, exactly.
I don't want to grab no hard tables and cardboard and all that. I think that's soft. Yeah, for real, I can't do it. One butt cheek bigger than the other, lopsided, you got an extra knot on your butt. No, I can't
see that. You see, y'all got that visuals.
Oh my goodness. Alright, well this has been one incredible introduction. I don't even know if I can do that.
Yeah, I don't know how you close that.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
You said nodule on the butt.
Right, exactly.
I want to say this one thing. This is one thing I do want to say. Okay, now to the special young lady or whatever the case may be, if I do, whatever, whatever. That don't mean cheat on me. Okay, when I said me saying I would accept it and deal with it, that don't mean do it.
Right.
Because you may catch a day where I don't accept it and don't want to deal with it.
That's true.
And you're done. And I'm going to just be real with that one.
Speak your truth.
Yeah.
Speak your truth.
What he said.
Exactly. No, I agree. I totally agree.
But that's real though.
No, it is.
You may catch a day where they do it, and you be like, yo, you know what?
To try to test you.
I don't want to get it. I'm not dealing with this.
Like, hold up, yo, you gave me a pass. Like
on the radio. We was on the radio.
got it recorded.
What we say earlier today about Facebook?
Yep.
Right.
This is only entertainment. And that's when you use the only entertainment.
And then what you say is this is only me leaving.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. How about it?
All right, well, this has been a wonderful and exciting chronicle tonight, Guy Talk. So we're just going to go around the room. How can our listeners find you and get in contact with you?
Okay, you guys can hit me up on Instagram.
And this is Rashawn.
This is Rashawn. You can hit me up on Instagram, Country Elite with the K.
Say country.
Yeah, country.
Country.
I'm from the South.
Right, down to the Piggly Wiggly.
Yes. Y'all don't know about the Piggly Wiggly.
Or the Waffle House.
No.
They got them everywhere.
Exactly.
They done bombarded all out here now.
Right,
Waffle House,
know.
man.
They know. All right, Rashawn. Okay, Raven, what about you?
Okay, so real quick before I say that,
Okay.
I want to say earlier we were talking about, you know, if you have somebody that holds you down, you know, to make sure that you doing your thing, they make sure they're pushing that just like you do yours. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Friday, my babe, for always holding me down. Made sure he promoted tonight. That meant a lot to me.
Ain't that nice?
Right. That's what's up.
Made sure he promoted for me. Made sure everybody knew the show was gonna be on tonight. So thank you for holding me down. You can reach me across all, or as I say, you can walk with me across all social media.
Come on, walk.
I'm still on that. That is so stole. I'm telling you now. I'm about to say it when you ask me.
I'm gonna hashtag this. I'm gonna be mad, but I'm hashtagging it.
Right. Oh
Wow.
my goodness, you can walk with me.
You can walk with me across all social media. That's Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook. What's the other one? Twitter. All Ravo CEO. That's RAVO CEO. And if you're on Facebook, you can find my life coach page, RAVO CLC.
And plenty of fish too. It's like no. Just be threw that out there. All right, Trainer Troy, how can people find you?
You can hit me up on Instagram. Was it Troy the Trainer on Instagram?
Don't show your age. Don't show your age.
I know, right? TrueForce.com. You also can hit me on DropZoneExtremeFitness.com. That's where we have our group sessions at. And yeah, yeah. Oh, also want to give a shout out to Q-Bird, Kiana. Thanks for listening. Always being there for me. Like.
All right, Mr. Keith.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, right. They opened your me, and I feel messed up because Facebook got me. You can find me on Facebook at Keith Lawson.
I tried to add you and they just.
You was
No,
maxed
you gotta send me
out.
a message. You gotta send me a message.
He's one of them.
Or you can find me on.
He's one of them.
Wait a minute. You gotta check with my secretary.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta get access to my. See if you can walk with me. Right. You can walk with me.
Still at. Or you can walk with me on Instagram at Mr. SOS123, or on my open page. Yeah, I got a private one, and I got an open one. And once again, Keith Lawson 27.
See, you got too many feet.
Oh, and I
got too many
Which
fans
one
and
do you go
females
for?
walking with
Like,
you.
good Lord.
I just want to give a shout out to just any and everybody who support me and got love for me, man. I got love for y'all. That's it.
There you go.
All right, see, there you go. All right, well, you can find me all on Facebook. My name is Sean Max Smack. You can find Danielle Baker on Facebook as well at The Danielle Baker. You can go to her website, The Danielle Baker. Everything is The Danielle Baker. Twitter is the same thing. Instagram is the same thing. On Instagram, for Terrence Styyle, our executive producers, you can find him on Instagram, only one Mr. Styles. You can find me on Instagram, SmackAttack321, and also show on our website. I don't even know what you just said. You can check out the Syyle Chronicles website. It's the Styles with 2 Y's and an S, Chronicles with an S.wordpress.com. So as I said, tonight's show has been incredible. Next week, we kick off April. April will be officially Model Appreciation Month, and next week's Chronicle is entitled The F Word. The F stands for fashion. So this should be really interesting because we're going to bring in some guests that are the people that do deal with fashion shows. Like you have your designers, you have your
So Terrence must be coming in, right? Because you know he's extremely fashion forward.
Right, exactly. No, he chimes in every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Make sure
Atlanta
he's still
holds
in.
it down. Right.
Fashion's man.
Yeah. Mr. Styles and hey, he's Styles, right?
Yeah,
His name is Styles.
Tad's the only man I know that can successfully wear a raven on his shoulder.
On his shoulder,
Yeah.
right?
At his
Exactly.
birthday party. Like,
Exactly, and it doesn't bite back.
He's gonna get you back.
Right. Oh, I already know. As soon as we get on, we're gonna get you. So, my chronicle message for tonight is: great men are not born. Great men are not born. They grow great. Once again, great men are not born. They grow great.
Talk about me, ladies.
You know what?
I
took that with ladies.
Come and walk with him today.
Walk with me with that message.
See, I have a comment, but I'm not gonna say that comment. I'm not gonna say that comment, but I'm pretty sure some ladies are faking that comment. So I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, you know, here you go.
Right. Some ladies go great. So there you go. I mean, what? I'm not saying.
You said
Exactly.
it, you did it.
Well, on that note, we say goodnight to God Talk. Thank you guys once again, everybody that chimed in.
We out of here.
We are out of here. See you next week for all new Chronicles. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Some chicks.